Okay, so again, thank you so much for being a part of this. This is for the 4A's 2026 Look Ahead initiative. Our goal here is really to help agencies anticipate and prepare for the major industry shifts that are happening, think about what the future is going to hold. There's no right or wrong answers here. This is all about perspective and experience, and we're talking to leaders from across the ecosystem to understand varying points of view on where the whole thing is headed. So, as we're exploring how agencies and marketers might evolve over the next year or so, to kind of frame the discussion, we're considering two potential futures, as I mentioned in my notes. So, one where agencies really become technology-driven solutions providers, and others where they kind of reassert their role as a strategic and creative advisor. So, kind of agencies as marketing purveyors, where they're orchestrators of enterprise platforms, integrators, execution, et cetera. And then another where they're really, if AI is going to commoditize execution, agencies really are doubling down on being strategic advisors, and adding their value through strategic imagination, creative problem solving, and things like that. And honestly, between us cats, the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my questions for you then are, to kick off, like how do you define the future role of agencies in a world that is being reshaped by technology and client insourcing and AI? Obviously, you guys have made a lot of investments. How do you see this playing out?
We have. Well, I think our future role is to really be indispensable strategic partners for our clients, and we have to help them navigate a phenomenally complex AI-driven world. And we are evolving from a service provider to really a growth partner
Mm,
for our clients. So our job is to integrate world-class creativity and powerful data and technology to really solve our clients' uh, biz, biggest business problems, to deliver that tangible outcomes, which is leads to, invariably leads to growth for them.
perfect. So then as you think about agencies, so obviously you guys have launched, WP Open Pro, and as you kind of think about agencies maybe acting more as platforms or enterprise partners, what do you feel agent clients are going to need the most from you? What's going to be the biggest unlock for them through the investments you're making?
Yeah, I mean, so overall, clients just they need simplicity and integration. So they want one seamless, unified team focused obsessively on their success and their results. And they need us to be the kind of AI super users. They need us to harness technology on their behalf and turning the power of platforms like WPP Open and Open Pro into direct competitive advantage for them. And that's really what we've been focusing on, having human ingenuity and technology as a tool, but marrying both. Humans are still the magic that come with it, but you've got to have both sides, and that's really what our clients are leaning in to us to deliver for them.
So to that point of kind of needing both sides, is there a bit of a cautionary tale there, or do you feel like what's potentially lost if agencies go too far towards being systems and solutions providers versus the creative strategist side?
Yeah, I think if you go too far one way and you're not balancing them out, you kind of lose your heart, right? It's kind of as simple as that. Our business is built on extraordinary people, and game-changing creativity. And if we become just another tech vendor, we lose kind of the very soul that makes us special and different. AI is brilliant at optimization. It's brilliant at freeing up time and capacity, but then to look at reinvesting that time and capacity into generating that human spirit and having that human soul, and being able to focus more on what humans can bring to the party. So it's an ecosystem that has to work together.
Yeah. So if we look at it kind of down that other avenue where agencies become more of a strategic partner, what does that look like when execution is mostly automated at that point? Like how do agencies reinvent some of where their value comes from?
Sure. Well, it's like creative and strategic together, a force multiplier. So automation really handles the how, which frees up brilliant minds, to then spend more time and focus exclusively on the what and the why. So it's that kind of capacity release to allow the human minds to do more, and it means our people spend less time on repetitive tasks and more time walking in our clients' shoes and really understanding what makes a difference to our clients and being client obsessive. And it kind of allows us to be at a higher altitude so we can really help clients break through and drive better outcomes and more growth for them.
Yep, perfect. When you think about in reinventing your business model, so whether it's IP, talent, ownership, compensation models, et cetera, what are you thinking about in order to make sure that the organization thrives in this era?
So on IP, we're doubling down on our proprietary technology. So WPP Open isn't just another platform, it's the foundation of our AI advantage. And we recently launched WPP Open Pro, as you mentioned, to deliver an edition that is self-serve directly for clients and for SMEs. On talent, we're putting our people first. It's our number one priority. But we have to reinvent. What does that mean? What are new career paths? How do we become the home of exceptional talent? How do we invest heavily in AI skills and help people retrain for the future and building a very high performance culture? And then finally, on value, the industry absolutely needs to rethink the commercial model. We've got to start to shift away
Yeah.
from being based on hours to being based on outcomes. And we're on that journey, as is everyone else.
Yep. Wonderful. So, in your mind, which vision of this agency future, whether it's enterprise partner or strategic partners, do you see one as being more viable than the other, or how do you think this plays out?
I think it's a false choice. I think
Ah.
the only viable future is to do both. You
Mm.
can't be a true strategic partner today without having the enterprise capabilities to deliver a global scale, and vice versa. To be a strategic partner to clients, you've got to provide the highest level of creative and business counsel. But to be an enterprise partner means having the integrated technology, data, and talent. So you just need both. Both is what we're building, and both is what we need in the future. Sorry, not one or the other.
No, I love it when somebody objects to the premise, so that's great. Love it. Push me back. As you think about this what the future is going to hold, is there a piece of advice that you would give the next generation of agency leaders, particularly those that would operate in an organization like WPP, that would best prepare them for the future of our industry?
Yeah, I think there's three things. The first one is become a learn it all, not a know it all. And the
Mhm.
pace of change is so quick, especially with AI. It's faster than anything that any of us have experienced before. So our ability to stay curious, to keep on learning, to embrace new skills is going to be incredibly important. However tenured you are in your career. The second one is you've got to lead with empathy. Technology will automate tasks, but it will never automate human connections. And we are still a people industry. We still have clients, we still have stakeholders and shareholders, etc., and our colleagues. And having that human empathy and understanding how people are feeling what they want is going to be key. And finally, be bold. Don't be afraid to disrupt the status quo and to disrupt what you're doing and yourselves. Because the future really is going to be a continued disruption. So embrace it, dive head first into it, and don't be afraid of it.
Perfect. Listen, Michael, thank you so much for the
Pleasure.
time.